Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Friends, today we will learn about data validation in Microsoft Excel. But before that, we must understand what is the need of data validation. To understand this, let's jump into another sheet. Let's assume that you want to give this Excel sheet to the employees in your company and you want them to enter the expenses for the last month. The expectation when you supply this sheet to your colleagues is that they will enter a dollar amount here and they will return it back to you. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen every time. For example, there can be many people who will write something like $10.10, which is a valid expense. Someone can write lunch $14. Someone can write nothing, and so forth. Now, when you receive the final sheet, you will have to invest a lot of time, cleaning out all this stuff. And to avoid such situation, you would like your sheet to contain data validation so that incorrect value should not be entered by your users. So let's jump into the video and see how the data validation is done. To apply the data validation, you have to select the cell first where you want your data validation to be applied. And don't worry, you can always extend that data validation to any number of cells, rows and columns. So once you have decided in what cell to apply data validation, you have to go here on the top and then you have to find something which is called data validation. Normally this is denoted by two boxes, one with green tick and another with red tick. So once you are able to locate it, just click on this. Now this box will open and it will have three different tabs. We are on the first tab, which is settings tab, and here we will provide our condition, and this is the actual rule that we want to set so that people enters the correct value in this cell. So what I want is a dollar amount, and a dollar amount can be in a decimals. So I have selected allow decimals only, and then I will have to select the range that I want here to be allowed. So I will select between, and my minimum value will be 0.00 and my maximum expense can be, let's assume, 10,000. Okay, so this is the rule that I have set. If anybody enters a value greater than 10,000, it will throw an error and it will not allow. If anybody enters a negative number, it will throw an error. Let's move on to the second tab, which is input message. This input message can be used when you want your users to be presented with a message as soon as they highlight this cell. Sometimes it is very annoying for the user because the moment you will click the cell, it will just pop up a message. Normally, I will not use this section and I will straightforward jump into error alert tab. Now this tab is important because when your users are entering an incorrect value, incorrect data, they should be presented with some message that should say, hey, whatever you have entered is not correct. I am expecting this value. And that is what we are going to say here. So in the title, I can say something like stop. And then you can write something like, you must enter a decimal number between 0.00 to 10,000. And then you will click on OK. And that's it. We have done our data validation. Now it's the time to test this thing. Let's say I enter -1 and click somewhere else. It says stop. You must enter a decimal number between 0.00 to 10,000. I will click on retry and I can enter 10. Okay, no problem with 10. Let's write something like 11,000. Okay, my error again appeared. It says that I must enter a decimal number between 0 to 10,000. I can click on cancel or retry. So that was it for data validation. You see, it's so easy. You can have multiple items over here. For example, in another cell, I can apply another data validation and I can choose something like whole number or something like date. And if someone tries to enter incorrect data, it will just throw them out. Something like time, something like text. So let's take another example. I want people to write their name in this cell. I don't want people to write write a number or some special character. So I can say that minimum text character should be 10 and maximum should be 100. I will assume that nobody will have a name greater than 100 character, and I will click on OK. For simplicity, I have just given this a name so that we understand what exactly we have to enter here. So let's assume I write ABC. Now this ABC is less than 10. So it should throw an error. And yes, it has thrown an error. And this is the default message that you see because I haven't updated the error message tab. I can update it later. And if I write something near to 10 character, okay, this is 10 characters and it should accept it. So this is how we can also apply text data validation. Similarly, you can go and you can play around different things that are here. You can also choose custom and you can write some formulas of your own. And then you can try giving some input message. You can try with different error alerts. And that's how the data validation is done. So I hope this video was helpful in understanding data validation. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would request you to please consider subscribing my channel for more Excel related videos. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.